Hi, Thomas.
Hi.
Thomas, can you speak to us a little bit about how important Mateo Kovacic has been for your team this season, and crucially, is he available to you for this game?
We will try it today, actually, which is pretty surprising news that we are even in the situation where we can try it. But Mateo wants to try it, and medical department gave green light to try it. The advantage is that the ligament is anyway torn from the last incident, so there's no new injury, but heavy pain, and was heavily swollen. So we're hoping that maybe time is enough that he makes it, but we will try it in 2.5 hours in training, and then we know more about it. He was again in the game. He was very, very good, and in general he stepped up this season again in his game. Well, the qualities of him and the personality, we've spoken a lot about it. His dribblings, carrying the ball, his driving with the ball is excellent. He's a top team player. Played many years for Real Madrid, so he knows what it takes to also sometimes take put the ego aside and serve the team. This is what he is. Fantastic guy and fantastic player. We missed him too much this season. He had some injuries, and we missed him over many weeks. And then in the same time, we missed Jorge and N'Golo. That cost us a little bit. And unfortunately, now he is so ambitious. He has this injury now before the FA Cup Final, because he was excellent in the matches against Liverpool lately. So we will try everything and see tomorrow.
Do you see this game following a similar theme to the previous meetings with Liverpool this season, with the high intensity type of game?
Yeah,
really
everything else.
For the neutrals?
Everything else would surprise me. It started with last season's win at Anfield, and started with in very early in this season with a draw at Anfield, and then a draw at Stamford Bridge, and then a draw over 120 minutes and 20 something penalties. So very close matches, very intense matches, and always we needed our very highest level to compete. But we found it in the matches, and I don't expect crazy new things from them, and actually also not from us. So the game is on tomorrow. It's a big final, a big competition, and we want to be spot on.
I read a nice story about how the sanctions have stopped the football club Chelsea buying complimentary tickets for the club's academy players, and that the first team staff and players have paid for those.
Yeah.
Is that the case, and why did you feel so strongly about doing that?
Well, that's what we did. We wanted it's a big competition, and it's one club, and normally the club would buy these tickets to provide it for the parents and the players of the academy. So we stepped in and bought the tickets for them.
Last one, Paul.
Just a final one on Romelu Lukaku. His agent is planning talks with the new owners at the end of the season. I just wondered, will you be part of those talks? And something to think about his performance against Leeds?
Well, I think if he plans to talk with the owner, maybe it's not his plan to talk with me. So it's fair enough. Let's see if he gets a meeting and he can get to talk to him. I mean, he can. It's his right, and then we will talk to any party, and we will evaluate any situation of any player, including Romelu's, and then we will see what's going to happen and what the plans are.
Thank you.
John South.
Hi Thomas, on Romelu, his agent's been talking again to certain parts of the media. Does that irritate you, annoy you slightly on the kind of eve of an FA Cup final?
I just was aware of it 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, actually. Yeah, well, that's what it is sometimes in football. The attention is so high that sometimes it attracts situations that you don't want to have before big matches. But it's the way it is, and for me, it's not a distraction, and hopefully for everybody who works with the team and the team itself also not.
How big a call is it tomorrow who you play, Lukaku or Kai Havertz, or can you play them both?
They can also play both, although they lacked a bit of a feeling of a perfect fit together. So it's very likely that's one of the two, but we will not give the lineup today. But listen, Romelu played lately and he scored lately, so he did everything to stay on the pitch, and it will be our final call tomorrow morning.
And N'Golo Kante, is he fit? Is he ready to go?
He's also trying. He tried yesterday in team training and trained, well, more or less everything. Hopefully now without the reaction. Was a reduced training session because of quite a long travel and fatigue of the traveling. So was not a high intensity training session. We will also try today with him. He is keen to make it, and hopefully he makes it to training. 100% that we can plan with him for tomorrow would be crucial for us.
And with him and Kovacic, given it's the FA Cup final and given the time of the season, would you gamble on both of them if they're, say, 70-80%?
It's the moment to take risk, yeah.
Moose.
Hi Thomas. Chelsea's fifth FA Cup final in the last 6 years, and they've only won one of those.
Haven't won any of those.
They've won one.
One.
Yeah, one of them. Why would you say that is?
If I knew, I would change it. I don't know. I can only say that, yeah, we were last year with me, so also in the final against Leicester, and we will try it again. I don't know why it's that. Like, first of all, it's a big achievement to be in these finals, and there has to be, unfortunately, a loser. And in these finals, it's a special energy, it's a special atmosphere, it's a special momentum that you have to catch, and for sure you need a piece of luck to go away with a trophy. We are aware of that, but we feel again well prepared, and the atmosphere is right. The momentum is okay after the reaction in Leeds, and everybody knows what we are up to, and we want to arrive, of course, to give Liverpool a hard fight. I don't know if there is one reason for it why it's like this, and I would prefer to point out the positive, that it's like a 5th cup final in 6 years, which shows the competitive spirit that we have.
Do you think that you have to win the FA Cup this season? Because obviously, apart from the World Club Championship, you haven't won the League Cup or the Championship or the Champions League, and this club normally does win something domestically.
Well, first of all, we have a chance to win tomorrow something domestically. We have been to a Carabao Cup final. We have won European trophies and a World Championship trophy. So there were seasons out there, and there are a lot of teams who have worse season than our season. So I would not get carried away and say we have to win it, but we will try everything, and it changes a lot if you play a final or if you win a final. It's a huge difference, I can tell you, and we need to do everything to be happy with ourselves, and that we leave everything out there on the pitch. This is what we did in Carabao Cup, and then what I told you, nothing new. We need a bit of luck. It needs to be on our side, but we will push hard for it.
Your team and Jurgen Klopp's team obviously well matched this season. All the games after 90 minutes have been drawn.
Yeah.
You and Jurgen obviously know each other really well. What will tomorrow come down to? What small margin will you think tonight? Have I had that attention to detail?
I think it can be anything. It can be a shot from the post, and it's deflected, and it's from the post out and from the post in. It can be a set piece. It can be, well, look at the big chances we had. They had big chances in Carabao Cup. It can be like who gets the lead first, who gets the grip, like whatever. You have to be spot on in these kind of matches. There were such close matches lately, with decisions, sometimes red cards, sometimes a big mistake here, and then we came back at Stamford Bridge, and they came back at Anfield with a penalty, and then we had to dig in with 10 men. So a lot of different stories. That's why I think we cannot focus on one single point. And but I agree with you. It will be down to margins, and it will be down to details within the match. We are facing one of the very best coaches and one of the very best teams in the world right now. This is obvious, and it's proven over the last years and recent weeks. And we're up for the fight.
Finally, you told us many times since you've been here about the FA Cup, and you watched it in Germany. And,
yeah.
Are you a little bit irritated by the fact this isn't the last game of the season, and it has there's nothing else to compete with it this weekend, and it's just going to be about the FA Cup final and the winners. I mean, you know, when you walk off the pitch on Saturday evening, suddenly everyone's going to start thinking about the title race and relegation on Sunday, because there's almost a full Premier League programme. It feels like maybe this needed to be shoved back a couple of weeks.
Good point. Would make it maybe even more important, the final, and would give it even more attention, but haven't thought about it because it feels big to me to arrive tomorrow or today and to arrive at the stadium tomorrow. But yeah, you have a point. If it's a weekend only with a cup final, and maybe the cup final for the women would be like even more attention. And yeah, it's not the easiest, no matter if you win it or lose it, to go again on Wednesday or on Thursday and again on Sunday to maintain your other targets. It's quite a challenge.
Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Moose. Last two, Nick and then Simon to finish.
Thomas, with Matteo's injury, and you said he's got an existing tear. Does that mean at the end of the season he might need an operation?
No. But it just helped because it was anyway too mobile.
Oh right.
in the moment, so there was, he could not injure himself because he was already more or less injured, but not in a way that he needs a surgery or something. He was ready to play, fit, no pain. It was a conservative treatment, and the high mobility. That's how I understood it as a not an expert. The high mobility helped now to escape not with a huge injury.
And any other injury issues? Is Callum available?
No, Callum is not available, and Ben Chilwell also not, of course.
Simon, last question.
Hey Thomas, have you had a chance to practice penalties this week? If so, are you confident that
Kepa shoots since 6 weeks.
What kind of mood is he in, and would you make that decision? Is that
I will not tell you. I have an opinion about it. I will not tell you. When it comes to it, you will see it anyway. Even if we decided, like in Carabao Cup before, if we have the chance, we will do it. Like in approaching the match, we always say, let's wait for the match and let's see how the game goes. Let's see if we have a change still available. Let's see how the match goes for Edo. Let's see if we feel it. It's never done before, and it will not be done now. But we have a plan for it. What we can do about practicing. It's a bit I'm a bit torn in between if you can practice it and how much you can practice it. My players shoot a lot of penalties during a season, I have to say, on an almost daily basis. So not too much, not like in the week before the final, everybody suddenly starts to shoot 10 penalties a day. It's more or less 1-2 per day through the season, which is, in my opinion, good to have a certain routine. And to have a certain routine for the players, but to shoot tomorrow after 120 minutes of intense fight in a full stadium and pressure's on, this is a different story. You cannot train it, but there are some techniques and some of course routines that you can dig into, and this is what we do, but over a long period of time.